Shall I start, Jemima sister?
No,
No, I will start. I A very good evening to all of you. We as the team of Speaking Books welcome you all once again to our special episode of 8th episode. We have done so far 7 episodes. So this is our 8th episode with the 8th book, with the 8th new presenter who will be giving their review presentation of the. So we all have been learning a lot about reading books nowadays, and I hope more of you viewers who are viewing this program start reading and also introducing others to start reading books to gain knowledge. So the world in which we are nowadays living, reading is never thought of as productive. Actually, reading is very productive. People just don't realize it. I would like to give a small example. Just think of an office setting. An employee is sitting before his system, and there is a book in his hand, and he's reading a book. So if his employer come and if he sees it, why are you wasting your time by reading the book? Go and do your work, they will say. But the same person, if he's seeing the system, and through the system, if he's viewing social media networking sites like Facebook or Twitter, of course, there are very much monitoring devices are there in each and every offices where we can't go to the social networking site. It often goes unnoticed. So people just don't understand that reading books is very important for us. If we read books, we will try to understand another person's perspective. We will try to put ourselves in their shoes, and it will help us as a good leader. I remember very great leaders have told many things about reading books. So today I would like to point out some 2 to 3 leaders who thought on reading books. So one thing we have to remember, if you have a library in our home and there's a lot of collection of books, if you see a person's library, we will come to know whether the person is reading books or not. If the library is very dusty, that means none of the book has come out of the shelf. But if the library is pristine clean, that means that person is reading books regularly, is cleaning the library, is maintaining his books, is making sure that these books are my treasure wisdom and giving a lot of importance to it. So let us know something about Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, we all know that he was very popular for game hunting and cavalry charges. But many of us should know that he was also a very prolific writer and voracious reader. In a single day, you will read 3 books from multi-language. And what he claims is that I have read 10 of thousands of books throughout my lifetime. So I was stunned. It's really difficult for me to believe it. But if a person is claiming that he has read so many books, it's a great achievement. We also should try to achieve that. Really, truly, Harry Truman says that not all readers are leaders, but all leaders have to be readers. Because a good leader will inculcate reading habits in those who follow him. Because it will increase or extend their horizon, increase their possibilities, they will gain knowledge, it will open their mind. So a good leader will ensure that his followers read many books, gain knowledge, and reading the books will make the follower to even understand the leader as a person, how his leadership style is, and if we come in a Christian setup, how he is spiritually, and they will come to know even about his drawbacks. And thus, reading book will make sure that we don't hero worship any leader or any man. But particularly in India, we see in the political scenario, there is lot of hero worship is going on. So ensure that we don't fall into such traps. We need to read many good books. So I would like to say what Napoleon Bonaparte has said. He is saying that show me a family of readers, and I will show you the people who move the world. So from his statement, it looks that the reading book is not everyone's cup of tea, but we can inculcate the habit of reading for our growth and for gaining knowledge. And that is why Speaking Books program has been created to create a marathon of leadership that we intend to develop an army of intellectuals through the reading habits. And by this, we can change the world around us, we can change the atmosphere around us, we can change the spiritual world around us. So with that, I would like to introduce our presenter of today and all the participants joined today. So our presenter of today is Sangeeta James. Sister Sangeeta James had done a post-graduation in B.Ed from Mumbai University. She's basically from Mumbai only. She has been working as a teacher from the past 2 decades. Presently, she's working as a secondary teacher in a reputed school of CBSE board. She likes to read books. She always indulges in church, Sunday school ministry. Okay, and next I would like to introduce each and every one of our participants. We know about Reverend Rajasekharan Ayya. So he is the brainchild of Pesum Pustakam, and Speaking Books is the English upgradation of Pesum Pustakam. Reverend Rajasekharan Ayya is an urban theologian, working in Indian subcontext to reach many to Christ. And as I told before, he is the brainchild of Speaking Books and Pesum Pustakam. So next, I would like to introduce Rev Evangeline Stephen. Sister is founder of JD Ministries. She converted from a staunch Hindu background by the love of a life partner, Stephen sir, a best speaker with whom I had been traveling in this digital ministry from the beginning of the COVID times, digital YouTube program called Focus Today, where we have spoken on a number of topics under the sun, I would say. So, dear spiritual sister in Christ, I welcome you, sister. God has blessed them with a beautiful daughter, and she is Aalish Stephen, and she is the host of this program. Due to some unfortunate circumstances, Aalish couldn't attend this program today, so we all know about Aalish also. So I would like to introduce next Samuel Paul. He is also from Mumbai. He is an ethical academic profession. He is a very spiritual guy, and he like to grow up in Christ. And next, I would like to introduce Jessy Manalan brother. So we all know him. Jessy Manalan brother is an active person in social media. So a professional social worker engaged in transformational development of underprivileged and marginal communities to international non-governmental organization for more than 3 decades across India. He's a very great human observer, and writing and reading is his passion, and is equally very good in writing in both Tamil and English, which is very rare to see nowadays. Some people, they would be very good in writing in Tamil, or either they would be very good in writing in English. So having proficiency in both this language is a very great thing to know. His mission is to build God's kingdom in the world and to empower people, especially children, youths, and women. And his wife is Jessy Jesuharan's sister, is an entrepreneur who co-owns a language coaching center in Coimbatore, and she trains people for language exams. God has been using them as a family miraculously in churches, family retreats, and seminars. And God has blessed his daughters. And I also welcome Jessy sister. Jessy sister is also here. Thank you, sister. Sister first sent me message that she wouldn't be able to attend, but I'm very happy to know both husband and wife, they are in this show at the same time. So I welcome sister also. God has blessed us with 2 daughters, Jefflyn Persis and Jenslyn Elizabeth. So I welcome both of them. So and still some more participants yet to come. So if the participants come, we would be more than happy. And we have Kunal Pradhan sir. We would also like to welcome you. So with this, I would like to turn the mic to Sister Sangeeta James to give a presentation. Please, sister.
Good evening, everyone present over here. I would like to thank God that He has given me the opportunity to be a part of this program. Secondly, I would like to I'm very thankful to Jemima sister, who has started this show. Okay, and who, like, we have been like, we used to read many, I used to read many books, but this biblical book has really has given me a lot of knowledge about Bible, about Moses. So here, what today I'm going to talk about the book, that is Leadership Principles of Prophet Moses, and 83 life changing principles of the modern leader. So from this book we are going to learn many, like, how you can become the leader, and what principles you can like you can gain from what you can like you can learn from that, and what you can implement in your life. Okay, leadership skills. It is written by Matthew Ashimelo. Now, who is Matthew Ashimelo? Is he was born on 17th March 1952. He's a Nigerian clergyman, the senior pastor of the Kingsway International Christian Center in London. He is a founder and CEO of 10 profitable companies, including the UK's first church owned television channel KICC TV, which now reaches 40 million people across Europe, Africa, and Middle East. So this is about Matthew Ashimelo. Now, in his book, the very first thing what he has written is about, he has written all the leadership qualities about Moses. So firstly, what he has told about Moses is he was having the power of retreat. Now, retreat means what? He used to seclude in his daily from his daily chores. He used to seclude a part of time for prayer. Okay, or like that we have to do it in Christian, in our life, that which he used to do it in us. He used to live like at a particular time he used to keep it for prayer. Now, because of that, what used to happen, this means because of this, what benefit he used to get it used to increase the motivation. His vision used to become clear. Okay, he used to dreams become close, it used to become closer. He was a greater inspiration for others. This All these qualities he used to gain because of the prayer. He used to get transformed. Okay, then secondly, what is about people like John, like in the Bible. Okay, he has given the example, people like John, people like Jacob, people like Peter. They had tremendous experience that led to their transformation. Like when Jesus has took them to a retreat, and when they came back, it has really, they have came become refreshed and renewed. So secondly, next, what what they have to he has told about Moses is he was a very compassionate leader. Okay, because of his compassion only, his love for the Israel people, because of that only, he has led the Israel people from Egypt to Canaan. Okay, so he was a very compassionate leader. Then thirdly, about him, that is, God has chosen him. Okay, though he was stammering, though he has worked in Egypt, he was wanted in Egypt for murder. Okay, during that time he was abandoned by the rivers of Egypt, but then too God has chosen him to become a leader, to lead the Israel people. Thirdly, he was a good follower. Okay, he followed his father-in-law, that is Jethro. Okay, in the wilderness. Now it is necessary that it is necessary that we have to be with the positive people. His father-in-law always used to encourage him. Okay, he always used to told his achievements about his father-in-law. His father-in-law used to rejoice. So it is necessary, when you become a leader, you have to be with the positive people. Then only, like, you will get the motivation to do something better. Nextly, God is able to provide, and he was having the confidence, okay, on him, that he will lead the people. He was having immense confidence on him. Now here, what he has said about a nice good thing which has attracted to me, that is, God used to provision was put in place before the need arises. Okay, now God used to provide, God, he was able to provide the thing. Now how God is able to provide, example, Abraham. Okay, when he took his son, when God told him that you have to sacrifice your son, when he took him to the Mount Moriah, over there, before that, when he was about to sacrifice his son, then God told that not to sacrifice. But over there, already, when he was looking for it, when God said that not to do it, already there was a ram was there. It was put in place. Okay, the same thing about Jonah. When he was got bottom of the sea, already a whale was waiting for him to gulp. So from this, what we can understand is, he was having the full faith in God that if he's going to lead the 350 million people, God will able to provide. God will provide the food. God will provide the weather condition will be good. Everything God is going to provide. He was having the immense faith in God that God will give all the things. Nextly, Moses was a detailed person. Okay, he was having the unique gift and ability to make him stand out among all biblical leaders. Now he was having two things necessary that about detailed leadership. That is, one is about strategy, and second thing is about technical. Now strategy, he was having a good strategic mind. Now strategy means what? If you're like, he was leading the people, he's going to lead the people into wilderness. Now he was having the good knowledge of terrain. Secondly, nextly, technical, he used to write an account of the people, what all information when he used to lead the people, that time what all difficulties the people will face, what all things, what they are grumbling about, everything he used to give the detail, everything he used to keep in writing. Okay, so that was a good quality about Moses. Nextly, Moses documented everything. He used to do documentation. As we know today, leaders, those who are there, okay, those who are there in the leadership, they should have this quality. This they can learn from Moses, that everything has to be documented. He recognized that the power of a pencil lasts longer. Next, documentation is so necessary to lead an organization. That quality leadership does not need assumption. We can't assume. Okay, by assuming, things will not go on. You have to document, you have to write each and everything. Then next, about Moses is, one of the greatest marks of true leadership is the ability to discover people's skills.
Mr. Kunal, you can mute yourself.
Yes.
Kindly mute your mic, brother. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Now,
Yes,
nextly about
please
Moses, what I
continue.
will tell you, greatest marks of the true leadership. He was having the ability to discover people's skills. Okay, what the people have. He said even if it is a rough form, but then too he used to inspire them. He used to motivate them. Okay, then leadership was constantly underscored by divine empowerment. He was able to receive grace from God. He was focused on the. He was focused. Okay, then leadership must set a vision, okay, and mission before the people. It helps them to clarify the direction people are going in. It clears a benchmark for decision making. So this all things we have learned from Moses. Secondly, Moses' life is an epitome. It's a perfect example of result and success. Moses had the proof, sign, and confirmation of his leadership skills. God has testified that there was no prophet like Moses both before and after him. Then after that, about Moses, he has exhibited an unusual ability to negotiate. He was having good negotiation skills. When he went to God, he wanted people to be retreated. Then he went to some of the children of Israel who were grumbling. They wanted to go back, as they had known Egypt for 430 years. These people grumbled when he took the people into the Egypt. These people said, no, we are familiar with Egypt. We wanted to go back. But Moses was having good negotiation skills. Then thirdly, the impossible and difficult Paro, who would not let them go. He was not letting the people, letting them to go. But Moses was having good negotiation skills because of, he was not letting them. Why Paro was not letting them to go? Because of the economic crumbling. Because if the people will go, then his business will get lost. There will be multiple problems. So he was not allowing the people, and he was not, and free labor which the Israel people are there, okay, which he would get, that he will not get. Nextly, about Moses, he was a people person. Okay, people recognize that one of the primary assignment is to bring the people out of the slave mentality. Okay, for 430 years they lived in the shadow of Egypt. But then too, Moses, God has chosen him only, that you are going to take this, you are going to take out these people from Egypt, and you are going to take them to the beautiful place, that is Canaan. He helped the people to leave their comfort zone. Actually, here I would like to give an example, that people's mentality, how it is. If they are going by a car to the office, in the same route they will go. Okay, if they're going from the other route, they will sometimes they will feel that no, the same route which I'm going from, that is comfortable for me. Okay, the other route, if we will go, then they will feel no, this road, this path from where I'm going, this is not good. Okay, so here the people grumbled. But then too, Moses was having good negotiation skills. He made them understand. He helped the people to leave their comfort zones. So this we have learned from Moses. Okay, like in many corporate sector also it happens. People, and in many workplaces also, people where they are working, they are comfortable with their work. Means they don't progress or they don't think about future. They are thinking that whatever we get or whatever we are in the position, we are in the comfort zone. There is no worries, no tension. They're happy with that. So Moses is telling that you have to leave from the comfort zone. Okay, then proper preparation is necessary for achievement, and proper preparation planning is necessary. This skill we have learned from Moses. Anything, whatever we are doing in life, proper preparation and planning has to be done. Then only that thing will be successful. Otherwise, it is going to be very difficult. Then the other factor of quality of Moses is he chose to stay with the people in crisis and suffered pain with them. He has accepted he has suffered. See, he can live in Egypt and he can live a good life, okay, in the palace, but he left all the comforts and he has led the people. So he has chosen to stay with the people in crisis and suffered with them, and he suffered with them. Then after that, Moses was a detailed person. Okay, two things are necessary for detailed leadership. That is, I told about strategic and technical skills. About strategy, that what we are talking about strategy, he was having the good quality, he was having the good knowledge. And technical skills, which I told about, that he used to document everything. Due to his prior knowledge, Moses was able to effectively lead the children of Israel through the wilderness. Okay, because of the strategy, because he was having the good knowledge. Prior to that, he was knowing that what all difficulties we are going to face in the wilderness. Okay, so he was knowing everything. After knowing only, he took the children. Means all of a sudden he has not took the children in the wilderness. Moses brought the people into a new beginning. They were into the slavery, but Moses has brought the people into the new beginning. As Israelites looked at the end of the sojourn in Egypt, they are living a miserable life in Egypt. Okay, Moses introduced the beginning of the new year for them. Moses did not. Then after that, the main, what I have learned from what I have what I got the information in this book is, Moses did not surrender his family to the people of leadership. Here what he has told is about his wife. Okay, Moses' sister, Moses' brother Aaron and sister, that is Miriam, both of them, they used to criticize his wife. They used to tell that she is an Ethiopian. Okay, here Ethiopian means as a black faced. Okay, so they used to criticize her. Okay, they used to criticize her, but Moses used to ignore it, and he was faithful to his wife. So people, though he is having the hurdles, difficulties in his family life, but then too he has overcome with that. Then nextly, what about Moses knew the power of leading with a team. This is very, very important. Like he used to this. Now see, nowadays, like in all the corporates or in offices or in schools, the teamwork is given importance. Okay, so this teamwork was done by Moses. So this leadership skill we can learn from him. Teamwork creates synergy. People are united. They stand together. Okay, teamwork allows those who are specialists to focus on the area of strength. If we are working in a team, everyone different opinion we can take, and we can and according to that we can make the changes and we can take the decision. Moses comprised, when he was a leader, that time he used to comprise the team, 3, 4, or 8, 70, like that he has comprised the group. So like that we can learn nowadays. If leaders, we can learn from them that if you want to progress or if you are leading an organization, we can separate the people into the groups. Okay, then after that, he used to put the people, he used to give the projects to the people who are passionate about it. Means like many people, what happens in our day, in the like in organization, they are not interested and we are giving the work to them. But after, if you give the work to them, they will be least interested, they will not do the work properly. This happens. Okay, if they are given the subject which is not good to them, and if you're telling them to teach, okay, that then we can't receive the output. Okay, whatever output we want, that much we will not be able to receive it. But Moses was not like that. Whatever he used to see what the people used to passionate about, that project he used to get. Like here, he has given the example of Miriam. She was good with leading word, so he has given the responsibility of that. Next is Aaron. Okay, he was priest, he was good in priestly in his abilities, so he has given the work of priestly work to Aaron. Next, about Joshua, he was a fantastic scout, a servant, a man who could stand by Moses and sit at the foothills of Sinai for 40 days without complaining. So he was given that work was given to him. So he used to give the work according to their abilities. Okay, then next one about qualities, what we can learn from Moses is, okay, in the corporate sector, or okay, in the leadership qualities, what we can learn, any leader who is leading, this will show a desire to mentor others. A part of leadership is raising others. Many of the leaders, what they do nowadays, they don't raise the leaders. When they become leader, they don't tell the secrets to others. Okay, they keep it with themselves. But here it is not appropriate. If you are a good leader, you are going to develop other leader. Raising leaders, you will develop the other leader also. Secondly, do some fact finding. If you're a leader, reason for the finding, plan a strategy, then find out what problems they are facing. Okay, what the people are facing, according to that, solutions has to be given. If in leadership you will face many crises, you will face any crisis can come. But what does a person has to do is, they need to take charge quickly. They have to determine the facts. A leader must also he should be able to prepare, and he has to able to fix the problems along the way, particularly when it's a journey never taken before. The best way to effectively are a team to focus on the results and not the time spent. He should not give importance to time spent. A good leader must learn the details and have a clear understanding of the business process and technologies of the 21st century. Many leaders, they don't know about the 21st skills, but they become the leader. But they should be updated with everything. No organization can fully operate without clearly defined ground rules. Ground rules has to be maintained. Okay. Secondly, what we can learn, lastly, that is, leaders must have certain qualities in order to take this organization from good to great. Okay, then only he is a good leader. So from this book, many things we can learn. It will increase the motivation, the quality of an organization can it can develop. Okay, and effective leaders we can bring to increase the talent of development. So by this I conclude the my speech.
Thank you, Sister Sangeeta. Thank you so much. So after hearing your review, those who are in leadership roles, maybe it a secular organization or in a spiritual church setup, I think they will know what they are lagging behind and what is the mistake or blunders they are doing in the organization, due to which the organization is not growing. So Moses is the best role model for any leader, I think, throughout the centuries, throughout the Bible. Is the best leader, a compassionate person. So he told to God that that word really touches me every now and then when I used to think about it. You please blot my name from the book of life, but please spare these people, because Gentiles will speak against you. So here he is playing the role where he doesn't want God's name to be maligned. At the same time, he wants to save his people. At the same time, what God has assigned to him, he did it very beautifully. Initially, a lot of starting troubles. God has to literally push him to the stage to make him as a leader. Yes, I am a stammerer, I can't do this, I can't do that. God has to show him lots of signs. But once he took the reins in his hand, he never went back. He never looked back. But nowadays, in whatever organization we see, leaders, they take the role, but then they don't have the skills. They don't know how to bring the organization up. They're only pushing it down. Firstly, in a Christian setup, a leader has to be a spiritual man. Because if they are not a spiritual man, they can't lead people spiritually. This is my personal opinion. Because one who gives importance to prayer, one give importance to God, one who give importance to faith, he can never fail. So if we are failing in your leadership skills, there is something wrong with your leadership. There's something wrong with as a person you are. So we have to, each and every leader has to self-evaluate oneself, and that we should do. So before that, I would like all our participants to give this opinion, because today we are talking about leadership skills and leadership, and I think we will get many valuable opinions from my esteemed panel. So first of all, I would like Brother Jessy Manalan to give his opinion.
So thank you. Hearts up to Mumbai Indians team led by Jemima Lazar. Actually, from the beginning, I was thinking you are living in Mumbai. Off late only I came to know now you settled in other city. So very good actually the program today, and especially about this book, which was very well explained by Sangeeta. Really wonderfully she presented how we can learn the leadership values and leadership secrets or leadership principles from the life of Moses, from the book what we have I got it from the senior pastor in Europe. I think Mr. I forgot his name. Um, uh, really, really, it's a wonderful learnings. The purpose for which I joined today, I was actually very much attracted with the now the book title, Leadership Principles, which I always wanted to learn from various forums and other media and other things. And this book is actually talking fully about leadership principles, and the way in which Sangeeta was now presenting in a nutshell within the stipulated time, it is marvelous. A very nice presentation, sister. God bless you. Really appreciate you. And I also wanted to give some of my thoughts related to Moses, the person as a leader. Actually, in Genesis chapter, sorry, not Genesis, in what is that? Exodus chapter 3 to 5, 3, 4, 5. In this three chapters, Moses actually gave excuses to God that he do not want to lead these people. So in a way, he was actually an unexpected leader. He was no leader by accident. Why I am saying this? First 80 years, he never thought of leading a team. First 40 years, no, he could not actually recognized by anyone as a he was a mighty man in the place of that Egyptian kingdom, but at the same time he did not do anything related to leading the people. And the next 40 years he became actually a shepherd. Now, starting from a son of a king and became a shepherd. And this later 40 years, this second 40 years only, he actually learned many of the things now how he can connect with God, and he was actually became a leader from zero. That's what I was telling, the unexpected leader. But once he was convicted by God, and he was confirmed that he was going to lead these people, and he became a 360-degree leader. Because he is not at all leaned on himself. Instead, he was lean on other virtues. That's what I could read or I could learn from the life of Moses. Other virtues means his connection with God. No, it is always clear. The story and the glory of burning bush. No, he was actually starting his mission with getting a vision in the burning bush. So his connection with God, then his abilities and his anointing. God confirmed his words with plagues and miracles. Now, with many miracles and plagues, God actually confirmed that his his ability and his leadership anointing. Then his sacrifice. He left his earlier position in order to fulfill the difficult calling. He could become a prince of a king, but he actually forfeited it, and he became the leader of he actually sacrificed his calling as a son of a king. Instead, he came as a person. Then his wisdom, then his confidence, and his humility. Now we could read actually Numbers 12:3. He was the man in the world that such a humble person. That is why actually God was actually used at that time. So this is what I learned from Sister Sangeeta's presentation, as well as what I learned as a person, as a leader of Moses in his life. The leadership principles. Really, I thank this opportunity to be with you to share my views on this particular book. Thank you, friends. God bless you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for your wonderful views about leadership and about Moses as a leader. So next we will hear the opinion of Sister Reverend Evangeline.
Shall I, the last session? That's it.
Okay, you will you want to say in the last session. Okay, so Evangeline Akka want to grasp everyone's content and then give the best conclusion. Okay, so I will ask Reverend Rajasekharan Ayya to give his opinion.
Thank you, Sister Sangeeta. Very good presentation, very good choice of the book. The book is so much attractive and impressing book for everyone, especially the character of Moses, the most favorite leader I love from the Bible. He is the most read. And I have done so many studies of his leadership and his life. Many times I have written many articles, even 16, 17 years back, I wrote an article on Moses. Moses is the life of the Moses. It starts from leave me Lord to leave me Moses. So he started from asking God, leave me Lord. But he ends with God asked him, leave me Moses. So in such a way, he traveled with the Lord, who is so grace, who's so great, and who's so faithful. Therefore, he was also just imitated in his life and ministry in the 40 years of the wilderness and 40 years in the palace and behind the sheep. So we can learn so many lessons from him. As Sangeeta sister said, she listed so many qualities, principles of Moses' leadership. Really, it's all good. I really loved it. Some of the point was really impressed me. Like he was there to document the whole journey, the whole ministry, and the history, where many of the leaders today really fail. So I really want every leader to document his personal life or her personal life and the ministry and the beginning and the development and where they try to attain. So these are all really very much needed. And really, I like a Moses, who was so patient. And I have experienced so many leaders come out of their own organizational structures, and they were able to help me in my crisis. I recognized them and wrote an article for recognizing 5 leaders in the book where Mutt celebrated of their 25th anniversary. So in that book, I have recognized 5 leaders. So leaders are really divinely empowered. So it doesn't simply come by our own earnings of skills and knowledges and talents. It's all there, but the divine empowerment, as he said, that is more important. Even then, the Moses had all qualities, skills, talents, but still, it were all able to do by the grace and the power of God, by the enablement of God. So we really want to become like a Moses. When we see the Ten Commandments picture, we could understand the situation Moses was traveling with, the people, the stiff-necked people. That's what God himself testified. So, but he was such a loving person, very kind person. So that's leadership quality that really inspired me. Still, I keep Moses as my model leader in the Bible because his story, his life is written very widely in the Bible. So, thank you, Sangeeta sister, for choosing this book. Very good presentation. Your presentation is excellent. Very nice. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you,
So,
Pastor.
yeah, thank you so much. So really, Moses is an inspiration till now for us. So most of us look at him as a leadership, best leadership model. So even I had written about Moses' leadership some 3 articles. It went in a series. I think it was around 2017 or 2018. It is still in my blog, and if possible, I would like to repost it so that others may be also be benefited. So next, I would like to hear the opinion of Sister Jessy Jesuharan.
Okay. Thank you, sister. Thank you this time. And first, I like to thank Sister Sangeeta for a wonderful presentation. It's very tough to reach out. That means very tough to tell everything. All the Tamil, it is somewhat easy, but in English, no, the book will be, it's very tough to compile and tell all the things in 25 minutes. But shortly she completed and also wonderfully she presented. So thank you, Sister Sangeeta. And what are the things I learned from that book? Really, the book is a wonderful title, and also I was attracted to the title today. I always see Moses as a leader. Whenever I read that portion, I always see him as a leader. So when the title is like that, I thought of what are the new things the author had written and what are the things he had taken from Moses. I want to know about them. But really, no, the way Sangeeta sister presented point by point, it impressed a lot. First, she told us she's a compassionate leader, and also the 1, 2 or 3 things I was attracted to strategy and technical things. She told 2 or 3 times that strategy and technically Moses was very good. He has a very good qualities, and also God chosen him to be a leader. This is the main point. A leader should be chosen by God. That is, that God has chosen Moses as a leader in spite of his tampering. Maybe he may have some negative things, but still God chose him. So that is the main thing here. And first, Sangeeta sister starts with Moses gives a particular time for prayer. I really like that word. She starts only with that one. The first point she told is particular time for prayer. That is the thing. A successful leader, if he is really a successful leader, then we should know that that person should have a particular time for prayer. Not different. I feel no. I really learned from this. If you want to become a successful leader, we want to give some particular time for prayer. That one thing. And there's some qualities what Sangeeta sister told from the book. No, I was very impressed. As Rajasekharan Annan told, Moses documented everything is a very good quality. All the leaders must have this quality actually, and also motivation. She told he has a very good motivation and also focus and vision. Sangeeta sister mentioned from the book that focus and vision was with Moses. He focused in the things and he has a really good vision. So that is the thing. God chosen Moses because he was particular and he has a very focus and he know what is the actual vision God given to him to lead the Israelites to Canaan. So he was very clear in that. So that is the thing I see in him. And uh, now all the time a leader should have is a good negotiation skill. Wherever the leader should be, the in a corporate industry or whatever, wherever a leader should know how to negotiate, whether to a superior or along with their colleagues, a leader should know how to negotiate. So this is a thing, good negotiation skill also Moses had in his life. That also we can see in so many verses in the Bible, and also in this book also it's Sangeeta sister, while she was narrating about the book, telling some points, she told that he had a very good negotiation skill. And finally she told some a few points about this. 2 things I liked. One is he helped people to come out of the comfort zone. Very tough to make people to come out of comfort zone. A leadership quality is very important here. He helped the people. He doesn't push them or pull them out. He helped them to come out of their comfort zone. At the same time, Moses also left his comfort zone and suffered with people in their crisis time. Both are same. A leader should step out of the comfort zone, and he should help others to step out their comfort zone if they want to succeed in their life. These are the qualities really impressed me when I heard when Sangeeta sister shared about that book. And I was thinking of reading that book. If I get a book, I thought of reading that book, because 20 minutes she shared all very she just give us so many points. If you want to really need to know, we can read the book. I think so. So thank you so much for this time. And sister, once again, thank you, Sister Sangeeta, for a wonderful presentation. And thanks a lot for everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sister Jessy, for your wonderful thought on leadership skills. Next, we will move to our next participant. I would like Brother Kunal Pradhan to give his opinion.
Thank you very much, Sister Sangeeta, for a wonderful presentation. Actually, this is the first time I joined in this program. So up and down, because we had some network problems, so I could not hear properly also. I missed some of the time. But I will say that presentation was really encouraged me, inspired me a lot. Whatever characteristics we find in the life of Moses is really impressive, and I think that definitely we should put into practice in our life to be a good leaders and to be the model in the societies. So thank you very much, Sister Sangeeta. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Next, I would like Brother Sam Paul to give his opinion, please.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, thank you, Apna Sangeetaka, for this super presentation that you've given us regarding regarding about the Moses, the leadership qualities. So I have noted some points that which you spoke, no, which you given a good presentation. That is good negotiation skills, proper preparation and planning, and he had a good technical skills. So which is very much required, because nowadays when we are working in office, so technical skills and managerial level skills are very much important to lead the team. And a good leader is the one who create another leader. So Moses has done exactly that. So a good leader should be a problem solver also. So he's done that. And regarding one thing which I need to say, that in Moses' life, first 40 years, he was really very happy. It is like he was in a palace. He didn't know exactly about the outside world. So in next 40 years, I think God has planned him something like that. You should know what people suffer. So next 40 years he was outside the palace. He was not inside the palace. So next 40 years he was among the people. So he knew, okay, this is the hard work which I should do. So I think God has made a proper planning that how Moses' life should go. So first 40 years he was in a good position. Next 40 years he was working very hard, and for the leadership, for that leadership skills, I think hard work is very much important. So I think that that hard work has paid off, and because of that hard work, because he left the comfort zone, he was a good leader. I think that is the point. So yeah, I once again thank Sangeetaka for your good presentation, and yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Sam. Sam had given Moses' life in a nutshell. So I liked your view. 40, 40, 40. So we have heard about 2020. So here we see 40, 40, 40. So God gave him a very comfortable life, and then he pushed him into a hardship where he felt that now I wouldn't be able to see my people. My life is gone. I will be a shepherd throughout my life. And when this thinking was etched in his mind, suddenly God pulls him from that situation and makes him a leader. And that is how God works. He won't work how we think. God's ways are different. His thought is different from ours. We may think that we are in a very comfortable zone, then he will push us down. And when we think that we can't come up, suddenly he will take us up. And for that, we have to rely on God always. And that is what a good leadership is all about. Next, I would like Sister Reverend Evangeline Akka to give a esteemed opinion. Please.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much. You didn't forget me, huh? I thought you forget me. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Especially, I welcome you, Brother Kunal, today as the new. And then for Alice, right? That's why I kept quiet. So as participants, what I have to deliver from my words. I appreciate Sister Sangeeta. Really is a very good presentation. Everybody said like that. I too, way on the same way. But I want to express the presentation how in the way means it's very tasty. But the taste is how, when I start to put a dosa mixing with sambar and chutney into my mouth, again one more piece fall in my mouth. I want to take it, and then again one more. That's the phenomena today. You follow up. But dosa and sambar chutney all are so tasty. I want to eat more and more. So, but you take the time very lesser. So very tasty. Your presentation is very tasty. In that way, I understand. Don't mistake me, Sangeeta. You are a teacher, right? So you are giving us a continuous food for us. We are ready to take it. Okay. And then how the present, your present book, in Moses, he is a very tremendous man. We can learn from Moses in all aspects, like a leader, like a father, like a follower, so many, so many. Last week I preached in our church about Moses only. He is a very lovable man of God. In that aspect, I preach about him. And one more write-up I kept ready about Moses in a peculiar way for an important need. That time I can deliver it. And then you, from your words, so many things are I learned today. Is a good provide is provided for people, right? That's a very peculiar way. And how Sister Jessy has explained in that same way, I too have in my mind. Uh, Very simple way, no? He is a positive vibe follower who have the negative vibe followers. That's what he did. Overall in his life, he is a positive vibe follower of God. But nobody was with him. All are negative vibe followers. That's the thing happened in his throughout life. But he is very lovable to God. He is very faithful to God. So many we can say about Moses. But I want to say one more word. He is a kingmaker who made the disciple or next leader, Joshua, as a very peculiar way. So he is a kingmaker. So many we can say about Moses. I think it's enough for me. And one more thing I want to express: people like John, that author wrote like this, no, the Sangeeta. People like John, people like Jacob, so many. But God wants us people like Jesus is the desire of his main thing that we are going to make fulfill of it. That's enough, I think so. My time also over. Thank you, Jami. Thank you, Sister Sangeeta. Thank you all.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. So I would again like to
Jemmy,
turn
with your permission, one more. Today also the first trumpet card is Mr. Jessy Manalan. Super. All programs, you are the first participant after deliver.
By seeing me, people are calling. I don't know why.
No, sir, your personality makes us to call you.
Is
So,
it so, Jemmy? Sister Jessy, have a look, please.
no,
Very
sister
tough
is
to
that.
accept.
That's why I'm definitely telling.
No, sometimes very tough to digest, Nice, nice. Let him enjoy, let him enjoy.
Thank you, thank you, Sister Sangeeta, for your wonderful presentation. So you have brought all the main principles in Moses' life, what is needed for a leadership skill. So if there are anything extra which you would like to add or say to us, which is been given in this book.
Yes, Sangeeta sister, you speak.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jemima sister, I'm not able to hear you. What you said? Sorry.
Okay. I
No.
What
told
you
is
said
there
now?
anything which you would like to give us information about this book? You can, if you had wanted to say something else which you had
No,
missed, you can.
I would like to tell everyone to read. Yeah, surely. I would like to tell everyone to read this book. Like after reading this book, you will like leadership skills. You are going to gain it. So you will come to know how to like many things are there which we can learn. Like about prayer, like in leadership skills, many things will work if you are going to read this book, this particular book.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation and bringing the best book because leadership skill is very important. Is being very important in the spiritual world nowadays, and we are seeing a leadership decline in Christendom. And I really see that this book would be a wonderful tool for all the leaders who want to be a good leader to his people and according to the wishes of God. Seeing Moses' leadership skills, I would like to point out what actually leadership is going into in our present. I would like to include the Indian Christendom. So first of all, you mentioned a point that Moses brought the people out of slave mentality. But what is actually happening now is leaders, they want to portray themselves as some sort of a king or a ruler and keep the people as slaves. They don't want the people to question them. People should not point out at them, and whatever they do or say, people have to just follow it like slaves. So this is what is actually happening today, which was contrast to Moses. Moses brought the people out of the slave mindset. And next, what Moses did was he brought the people out of the comfort zone. So you told that to bring the people out of the comfort zone, we shouldn't literally pull them out of the situation. It should be a gradual process. So how Moses' leadership was that he had all sort of people under him. He had small children, he had teens, he had youths, he had women, he had elderly people. So while leading them in the desert journey, his pace was according to the people. If he was able to, if he ran very fast, elderly people would not have been able to follow him. And if he was very advanced or sophisticated, children couldn't follow him. So Moses, understanding the people mentality or the people mindset, he was according to them, he led them correctly. And that is how a good leader should lead his people. We should understand what is the mindset of the people. If they are very slow learners, the leader has to go slow. And if they are able to capture things very easily, then the leader can teach them the advanced thing. It sometimes happen. I've seen many leaders in their teachings or what they do, they give very sophisticated sayings, and people, they just don't understand. So people are unable to follow it. So they would be just blank. So this should not happen. And another matter which you told about was of documentation. Moses was very particular about documentation. But nowadays leaders, they are very afraid to document. They are afraid to write the history. What they feel is, if I write a history or if I do documentation, whatever my flaws are there, I have to write. Either I have to lie or hide that matter, or my whatever my drawbacks are there, it will come in the history. And that is why many leaders, they just don't do documentation. But here we see Moses, he documented everything, even his flaw, whatever his errors was that he documented. He's a genuine person. So a leader should be a very genuine person, which is very rare to see nowadays. And next he told about his family, his own sister Miriam. She had a very negative attitude toward his wife, but he's balancing his siblings also, at the same time he's balancing his wife and children also. A good leader, unless and until he's a good family man, he cannot be a good leader. Just being a good leader is not enough. First, his own family should give testimony about him. Then only he can shine as a leader in the church setup, spiritual setup, or in the corporate world. So lastly, you told that leadership is all about mentoring others. Yes, true. We have to mentor many leaders. They were very good leaders, but they failed to produce good leaders, and the legacy went with them. A good leader should, if you want to leave a legacy behind, you should make good leaders, and mentoring is very important. And a contrast thing is also happening. Some leaders are like that. They are telling those who are under them, you have to be a good leader, and they are training them, they are monitoring them, and they just leave the field. They give all the responsibility, all the members, and they lag spiritually and they lag physically. And this should also not happen. We should also mentor people. We should also equip ourselves. We should keep growing as a leader, because God is very particular about a leader. If a public or if people commit a mistake, God can forgive. But if a leader does blunder, God is very harsh, and that we can see through the life of Moses. So from this book, each and every leader should fear to lead the people, fear that he shouldn't do any mistake, fear that God should be with us, fear that God should not be against us. And if a leader thinks in this way, he can be the best leader, and he can make many leaders and mentor others also. So with this, I would like to conclude this program today. This program was very nice, and I hope viewers, you are also benefited by this book called 83 Life Principles of from Moses Leadership, Prophet Moses Leadership Skills. So definitely you go through this book, and we hope it will be very helpful for you. And if any of you viewers, if you feel that if you have good communication skills, and if you also want to review a book, you can contact us, and we would like more of you to read books, more of you to present books, and to make this program as successful and reach to all the non-Tamils. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, bye, sister.